So, Scotty, I just want to know, man, what led you to this mental health thing? Was it because of a breakup? Because I know women are powerful.
Okay, that did factor in, but so much has changed in my life the last time that we spoke. Like, I've been on a roller coaster of note. Funny enough, I was still with my ex, and I have to give my ex and her mother the credit here.
Yeah.
They are the ones who pushed me into going into mental health.
Yeah.
Because I think it was about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, they said to me, go into it, you're good. And basically, in a nutshell, and I know we'll go into it, but I went through a very, very dark period. So much so that I got to the point where I put a gun under my chin. And I went through that, and then they were still pushing me to study, and I was very resistant to it. But I did my first diploma in mental health last year. And after I did that, I absolutely fell in love. I realized, like, this is what I want to do. And I went down a rabbit hole, and I realized as well, this makes sense because my favorite horror movies are psychological horrors that actually make you think in that. And basically what happened was I realized there were a lot of people coming to my old shop just to chat.
Yeah,
and,
like me.
Yeah. And they would, come in and be like, listen, I want to talk to you about something because I feel like I can. And then other times people would just open up, and they started opening up to me and going, I don't know why I'm telling you that. And I said, no, that's fine. So it was just basically a rabbit hole.
Just started following it.
Yeah.
So, what's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast with BlackPage. I was going to get to the greeting part, Toba. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Like, honestly, my first question was that because I was like, let me just get it out of the way. Scotty, was it because of a breakup?
It's a fair question.
It's a fair question.
It's a fair question.
It's part of the question, but not.
Yeah.
It's like in a way. But like, yeah, welcome to the podcast with BlackPage, everybody. And we've got Scotty back again. You might know Scotty from Jasper's. You might know Scotty from Delvino's. Now you know Scotty from being a mental health coach.
Like I say, it's rapid changes.
Damn, Scotty. You're working.
Yeah, I'm working.
How does working white man in Howick?
But this builds into where I started, and I've actually written a course on reinvention because I've reinvented myself multiple times, and it's out of complete necessity because we get to certain points of our life where we have to reinvent ourselves.
Definitely, bro.
Otherwise, we're not going to go anywhere, or we're going to end up in jail, or we're going to end up, in a very dark place, and we know what happens after that. So the crux of the matter is I've usually reinvented myself after a breakup because it becomes the catalyst, and it's not a bad thing. At the time, it's a terrible thing.
Yes.
And I'm one to say it. I don't do breakups well at all. Post-breakup fights always worse. Things go out of control. And you just get to that point where you go, actually, wait, I need to sort my life out.
Because, I'm actually asking that because I think I'm here, like where I am right now, because of a breakup. Like, I started writing because of a breakup. I started drawing because of all these things that I went through. So it's like, these times that we go through, these hard times, if you want to put it that way, it's like pressure builds diamonds.
That's exactly it. And I think when you're in those complete dark moments, that's when you really find yourself. Is you get forced back into a corner with, who am I as a person? And when you start asking yourself those questions, you get into a flow. But it all starts with that decision to go, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
The situation sucked, but I can't use that situation to dictate the rest of my life.
Definitely.
And so now I need to actually look inwards, focus on myself, and who am I as a person? Once you start asking those questions and you start writing, you start drawing, you start painting, it can be
whatever you start.
Once you start doing that, you realize, actually, this is who I am. And when you find out who you are as a person, you realize, okay, my life is actually not that bad, and I can move forward.
Yeah.
And that moving forward then pulls in, and you get, the more gratitude you show just to life for every day, the more that you start to like pull in, and that in itself becomes manifestation.
Yeah.
So your reinvention becomes manifestation, and from heartbreak, it turns the pain into purpose.
Damn. That's it. Damn. Because like that's exactly how I feel about my like journey. Because it all started off with that heartbreak, and if I didn't take the time to actually do some introspection during the heartbreak, I think I would have been lost. If I didn't actually take the time to ask myself, like, who am I and me without these people around me?
Exactly.
Like, who am I without the relationship?
Yeah.
And even my parents. Like, who am I without these people?
Yeah.
And once I found that, it's like, yeah, I'm here now, and it's amazing. It's amazing, bro. So
what on that train, and I'm going to go with this. Basically, what happens is we sit in the universe like here, and often we'll blame a lot of our problems and that on external forces.
Yeah.
And we go, this is why my life's like this and that. And now I'm talking from more of a Western side. You can't use the same terminology in that with somebody born in a war-torn country. I want to get that out the way first.
Yeah.
Because people will be like, oh, but that doesn't work for someone. No, of course not. But in general, Western civilization, first world, second world, developing countries, what happens is we sit as individuals and we sit in a center spot and we blame our problems on a whole bunch of external factors. When we're forced to actually look at ourselves and go within, when we go inwards, what happens is the external factors start to change as well. Because once we fix inside, we start to fix everything outside.
yeah. So you
Why am
become
I
the influence.
Why am I not happy with my job?
Yeah.
Why am I not happy in my marriage? Why am I not happy with my kids? Why am I not happy with where I am in life? Right. You've got to answer those questions. Once you answer those questions, or you know, this is what I do. I coach to find out, right, what do you want? What do you want out of life?
Yeah.
Once you start to sit there, you start to realize, right, okay, if I fix that in me, I fix that. If I fix that in me, I fix that. If I fix that in me, I fix that. And that then affects. And again, once you start doing that, it starts to expand, and you just start to manifest things because now you're on the right path.
Definitely. So like as a mental health coach, what is your role?
Yeah.
Like,
So
what role do you play in this whole
this is where the difference between coaching and therapy.
because that's the next question as well. So
Yeah.
we can actually go into that as well.
So it overlaps because there is a difference. I'm not a psychologist. I don't have my PhD. I'm a coach.
Yeah.
So the general term is life coach, but the life coaching industry is a bit wishy-washy. So that's why I called myself a mental health coach.
It's like life orientation with a degree.
Yeah, exactly. And I've niched it into more being a resilience coach, a manifestation coach, although the word manifest is also way overused.
Yeah.
Resilience, reinvention, because like I say, I've reinvented myself so many times. If you've known me or you've been following me, you'll know that, because I had friends that used to call me Jack because I was a jack of all trades.
Yeah, okay.
From private investigator to bar manager to, social media company to I just kept going.
But wait. Let's go back there. Scotty used to be a private investigator, guys. So I think he's the most qualified right now to know people's problems. Because people used to come to me even there, like to solve the problem. Like, yo, I got a cheating husband, Find this man.
It's one of the factors that actually drew me in as well.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing now, and this actually goes into such a beautiful thing. Nothing in your life happens without it being for a reason.
Yeah.
At the times, it's crap. There are times when you're going, God, why me? And you're looking up just going, I cannot handle this. But when you look back, once you're in a happy spot, you look back and went, wait, without that, I wouldn't have done this. And then every career that I've done, bartending, the private investigating, all of that has helped me now realize and understand people a lot better.
Yeah.
And from different cultures as we started, and it's like I can understand because I've got to think not from where I am on the hierarchy and where I am as a white male in South Africa. I can't just put it there. I've got to think, right, who am I talking to? What are their circumstances? What's their background? And all of that came in from doing my different things along the way until I hit the point where I feel like I found my calling. But none of it would have happened if I didn't go through all the heartbreak, the different jobs, the making money, losing money, back and forth. Yeah, all of that.
So all that created you and created the Scotty that we have now.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So guys, don't be scared to just experience, do things. Get jobs. Be a private investigator. I think I want to try that. Would be interesting to be a private. It would be like
Fun.
Imagine
Sometimes not so fun.
Okay, I know with the fundamental.
No, that's
that
the
was
whole
fun.
thing. That's all. But no, it's not fun when you have a bullet fly past your ear and break a window.
Yeah, definitely. That's not fun.
That sort of thing is not fun.
That's not fun. But I'm thinking from as a journalist, I would have gotten like raw intel. Like I would have been told by the person, like, okay, do you I want to go search this person and I want this and this and this, and like you do this, and like, okay, crap, this would have been nice. like I'm actually thinking about it. It's like, wow, this would have been an interesting career.
Yeah. The two kind of overlap in a big way. So one of the investigative journalists that I've got a lot of respect for in South Africa, Jeff Wicks.
Yeah.
Jeff Wicks does a lot of investigation work, and he's damn good. So they do overlap. So you would actually be quite good at it.
I want to give it a try. So earlier we just had this little conversation about mental health being kind of taboo in the country. And I think we both agreed that it kind of is. But now I want to just elaborate on the reasons why you think and I think it is.
Okay, so it's a very interesting question because there's a lot of social dynamics and economic dynamics that come into play here. South Africa has, because we've got multi races, every race deals with mental health in a different way. And in different cultures, it's seen as a weakness.
Yeah.
And then in the circumstance of men, only now you find that more white men are kind of opening up, but they're still not. But there's like a little crack in the door where Black, Indian, colored, and Islamic families, it's still the border's still there, and there's a massive block to it.
Yeah.
A big problem with that is a lot of people don't know how to ask for help. Okay, because of the stigmas and that, but they'll be crying out, but they actually don't know how to ask for help. So that's one side of the coin.
Yeah.
The other side of the coin in South Africa is our healthcare system in general, from a public perspective, is a complete stuff up. So with a lot of therapy and psychology, unless you can afford it, a lot of people just can't get help.
Yeah.
And when you go to a government clinic, the one thing that we all hate to do
is wait in a queue.
Wait in a queue. Now you've got to wait in a queue while dealing with...
Except for Capitec people.
Yeah, except for Capitec. That's a sponsor right there.
That needs to be studied.
What a plug. But it's a problem. And I know this from personal experience because when I finally hit like a bad period, I was booked a session and told, go to the government clinic. And I got there and there was a queue outside the door on a boiling hot day. I'm already dealing with a whole lot up here. The last thing I want to do is stand in this queue. So I left.
So I just want to go back to that point, man. I'm not sure if you're ready to share that, but I wanted to know what drove you to that point where you were like, damn, I just want to end this all.
Essentially, and I take ownership for this.
Yeah.
I didn't do myself any favors, and I tried to go too big too quickly. And with that came a whole lot of stress. And with that stress, I got very dependent on whiskey. I was drinking about a bottle of First Watch a day, neat.
Whew.
Yeah. And with that, my burnout and the alcohol made me very snappy. So I was coming home and fighting, and I was not a nice person to live with. So everybody saw Smiley Scotty on the outside. When they saw me going out and everything else, I was still Smiley Scotty. At home, I was battling so many demons and dealing with it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I wasn't listening to the people in my life going, you need to go speak to somebody. I just wasn't doing it. And eventually that rabbit hole started going deeper and deeper and deeper. And I found myself in a very, very dark place where, unfortunately, I ended up putting my gun under my chin and wanted to, but I knew I would never do it sober or anything. And at that point, it was a massive self-realization of I'm in trouble. I'm actually in trouble and I need to sort myself out. And when I did, and I got myself a coach because I didn't want to do, the normal therapy. And like I say, I couldn't afford a private therapist. My only option was a government clinic. Coach I could afford. I did it online, virtually, and it made me open up my eyes. And I realized, wow, okay. And this was actually after I got my first diploma in mental health. So now I understood certain aspects of why I didn't understand the full thing, because only a proper psychologist can tell that, and I'll say that right now. But I was battling because I knew, and I was trying to deal with it in my own ways, and I needed somebody to actually help me just pull myself out and go, where do you want to go? And this is where I fell in love with the coaching, because the coaching aspect goes, right, what do you want out of life? Where do you want to go? I'm going to help you get there. Not just dealing with your past and, your past trauma and that. It's a big part of the coaching side, but it's more, I'm going to take you here. Right. Let's deal with that issue, but we want to go there. That's our goal. We've got the goal. The same thing if you're in the gym, or like I used to do Muay Thai.
Yeah.
I know how to do my stance. I know how to, do everything, but your coach is the one who pulls you through. That's why every professional athlete, even though they're a professional, still has a coach. They've got multiple coaches, because the coaches are the ones who get them there and get the best performance out of them.
Damn.
So the coaches might not know how to play,
but they definitely know how.
They know how the game works.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, Rusty Rasmus is a bad example because he was actually a decent player.
But
a lot of like your other coaches, they weren't that great as players.
Yeah, but they're
damn good teaching. And that's what I loved about coaching, because I realized I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I've done the wrong things, and I've got abused substances to the point where, it was bad. I still drink now, but because I've got it under control. But there's all of that now. And a lot of people, when I did go and say, right, I'm going into coaching now, there were a lot of people who completely understandably were like, yeesh, Scotty, how are you going to tell people what to do with their lives? And I completely agree, because if I was on the other side of the coin, I'd be also like, why is Scotty's doing what? Hell no. But then, like that coaching analogy that I've just used now is the same as a mechanic never has a working car. A plumber never has plumbing that works in his house.
And a Sangoma never wins the lotto.
A Sangoma never wins the lotto.
Yeah. So they will give you those numbers.
And yeah, I just realized, you know what? I'm bragging, but I'm actually good at what I do, but because I answered my calling. Yeah. And that's a massive thing. When you answer your calling, no matter what it is, you start to excel.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've just started out, but I can feel it in my bones that I'm loving what I'm doing.
Definitely. Because what I also just noticed now, what you just said, that a lot of people will be like, Scotty's doing what now? Like in most of the township churches, most of the people that are like pastors, they're like former criminals, some of them, they were like drunkards, some of them, but then they changed their life and now they're preaching. It's like, like some people might be like, okay, yeah, why him? But it's like, okay, who's the best person to tell you what not to do? The person that's actually done it, right?
Exactly.
Because if I can't tell you, like, don't do this if you've never actually, like, if I've never actually like experienced that.
Yeah.
So let's say I've gone through it now, okay? I've done all the things I had to do, and now coming back, I can tell you, okay, dude, yeah, there you're gonna get burned.
Yep.
Yeah, with Bali, no, bro. No, you need to go to another name, like find another name. Not this name, not Mbali.
Yeah.
Maybe Mekoli is a bit better, but hey, Mbali, my friend, you see. So I think for you, that's like, people might say, Scotty, how? But like, you've been through the trenches, so why not be the person that actually, gives the advice?
That's exactly it. I've had multiple clients already come to me and go, this is why I'm stuck. And I can't get through this, and I want to be there, but I can't. And the so many stories like literally hit home, and I go, right, I know I can empathize completely because I know exactly where you are. And I go, this is what I did wrong, not what I did right. I tell people what I did wrong, and that helps because I know what it's like, exactly where you are. You know, having an affair with a married woman, bad idea. Like, bad idea.
Very bad idea. Because that now gets short these days, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. People these days are not joking.
There's been a whole lot of things. That's not one of my clients, by the way. That was just an example.
Random. Yeah.
But there's so many where I go, yep, I've been there. I know exactly what you're talking about, right? Or I go, I don't really know what that is like, but in my brain, and often I don't tell people what, because I don't want to, it's not about me. But I'll go, okay, cool. I can actually understand this, and I'll coach them through because I know what not to do.
Exactly. So basically, let me just ask this like blatantly. Most of your clients are white, right?
Yeah.
Damn, I need to come through. I need to represent, and
Yeah, I need some diversity.
Like diversity, you know what I mean? Like, this whole thing, like it ticks the box. But otherwise, like honestly, I think as someone from the township, we don't really have that much of a mental health kind of dialogue or anything. It's like, okay, it's like one day thing, and then we'll move on. It's never a continuous thing where we actually acknowledge that, okay, we have a problem, because at the end of the day, we live in a township where the history of the township is full of violence.
Yeah.
And our elders, obviously, they went through a lot of that stuff, and they haven't really healed it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying life coaching might be the answer to that healing. Like maybe they might need more therapy, but maybe a start of like basic life. Like, yo, dude, like maybe every day, instead of waking up and going to the shop and drinking, maybe start by every day, get up, do some push-ups, some affirmations, and then maybe you can go have a drink, and then some other times, no drink.
One of the biggest things that anybody can do, regardless of race, culture, township, is, and this is part of my reinvention program that I have, is you need a routine. When we have routine, things fall into place. So even on the bad days, we're doing something, and it becomes productive meditation is what I call it. So it's almost numbness, but you're doing it, and in the period you might be thinking about other things, but you're actually doing something. So washing the dishes, for instance.
Yeah.
That becomes a productive meditation. And once you have routine, everything seems to like fall into place. And the best example, and I will encourage people to go and watch this, look up the Make Your Bed speech by Admiral, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but it's the Make Your Bed speech by one of the admirals. It is absolutely inspiring, and it goes into exactly why doing that routine every day, because no matter what happens with the day, you come home to a made bed.
Sure.
That's the synopsis, but he goes into the details around it.
Yeah.
I would encourage everybody to watch that video, because you'll understand why routine is important. And I've never really been like a morning routine person ever. But the program I wrote, I did write after a very bad breakup.
Sure.
And I was on my own for the first time in my life, and I was not in a good place. And I realized I wanted to change. So I started to change, and thankfully, thank God, he said to me, write that down, buddy.
Yeah.
And I did. And I just refollowed my course now. I made my mom follow the course after my dad died. And now it's like coming through.
Actually, can I get back to your dad passing away, because that must have been another traumatic,
a major factor in why.
But I want to just ask now, James, how do you deal with the breakup, bro?
The mic's up. It hits me for a while.
You can use my mic for now.
Yes. Hello. It hits me for a while. I won't lie. But you know, the thing with like those type of emotions, I call them emotions, and I'm actually learning a lot from what you just said. You have to deal with it. You know, running away from pain is running away from what you have to face. If you don't face it now, you'll face it. You'll face it in a meeting. Yeah. Someone will remind you what your dad said, and you'll be like, fuck, I'm not doing this now. But I face it, my brother. Like most of my friends take me as the guy that just navigates through things like emotionally, but I also deal with them, facing it. Yeah. Facing the fire. Man, I'm a warrior, so fighting it is the best thing.
One of the best ways to that I put it, and I put it, but I don't know if I saw it, I read it, but you have to feel to heal.
Yes.
You have to feel to heal, because often, particularly men, we mask our emotions.
Yes.
We bottle it up inside.
Yeah.
We're doing that, but you cannot heal
If you
until
haven't
haven't felt. You've got to go through the emotions. You have to face those emotions.
And actually go through it.
Unfortunately, it's the most uncomfortable thing that you will ever do in your life.
Exactly.
Is face your own problems.
Damn. Because like I was just thinking this thing now. James just made that good point. I just heard a story in one of those videos that I was watching. A buffalo, when a storm is coming, most animals run away, right? A buffalo does not run away from the storm. It runs into it, goes through it, and then gets to the other side. It's like, okay, sharp. If you run away from it, eventually in the meeting, it's gonna come up.
It's gonna come up.
But if you go through it now, get it out of your system, do the introspection, do all the work.
And one of the best things that you can do as well is taking your power back.
Yeah.
So I worried about people saying things about me. I worried about this. I worried about, is it going to come out that I was a little bit dependent on whiskey? Is it going to do that? No, I owned that.
Yeah.
So now I'm owning it. When my other business failed miserably, I owned that. It was my fault.
8 Mile, that's
when you own your problems, you take your power completely back. Because now, that's it. This is also one of the greatest things about laughing at yourself. And Ozzy Osbourne, Ozzy put it so well. Jack asked him, Dad, do you ever worry about people laughing at you and not with you? And Ozzy turned around to Jack and he said, my boy, as long as they're laughing, I'm happy, because I've been laughing at myself my entire life.
I think that's one advice that you need to give everybody. Guys, make sure that you laugh at yourself sometimes. Just laugh at yourself, because these things can be depressing. Most of the things that we go through can be very depressing, guys. Honestly, like me, every day, I always tell people, like, I come from 2 lives. Like, Scotty, like, I come from a dad who has mostly everything, and then a mom who has barely anything. So what I'm experiencing, like right now, living on my mom's side, it's teaching me a lot about even the people that I'm around, like how their mentality is keeping them where they are. Sometimes it's sad, because like it's how we think that keeps us locked up.
Yeah.
I'll make an example. I love my grandmother. Everybody knows that Kokong Yaktanda is, wherever you are, you're a star. But Coco is very hard-headed, and Coco has this thing of rushing into things before making a plan. And also, Coco has a negative mindset, which is for me, it starts there. When Coco says, I can't do this because we don't have this. I can't, like, we are cursed because of, I'm there like, Gogo, I am not cursed.
She's already enforcing the negative connotation and giving it the power the moment she says, I can't because.
Yeah.
Okay, you've already said why you can't.
So for me, listening to that every day, imagine like trying to be the person that I am, because I'm a positive kind of person. I always try to do things like I can do it. So every day, listening to someone that I love so much, having no hope or no kind of vision or no like, it just kills me as well. But it's like I also have to get up every day and like, I gotta change that.
Yeah.
Somehow I gotta change Gogo's mentality.
And it's
no matter how hard it is, I gotta change it.
It's hard. It is hard because you get collective consciousness. So there's that whole analogy of you are the average of the person or the 5 people that you spend the most time with.
Yeah.
Okay. Negativity breeds negativity. Positivity breeds positivity. So when you're around a group of negative people, you will inherently become negative. Yes. When you're around a group of positive people, you will become positive. And we see this with our friends and how they change dynamics when they're with different people. It's a natural thing. People do behave differently around different people. But whoever you're spending the most time with, that will dictate the rest of your life.
Sure.
And who you are as a person. But we ignore that because trying to change a negative mindset to a positive mindset is actually really difficult. And where a lot of people go, just, smile, be happy.
No.
Yes, it's that simple, but it's not that simple.
It isn't. Honestly, it isn't, because even me, like I've been trying since I was since I was in grade 6, telling my grand, like, you're not gonna die. She's always been saying, I'm gonna die very soon, and I'm like, Gogo, you're not gonna die. You're gonna live, and we're gonna spend this money. Just give me a chance.
Give me a chance, yeah.
Yeah, but now it's like with having her like living in a township. Townships are not the best place mentally conducive, mentally conducive places.
Yeah.
Like you don't really see growth every day. Like even from the simple from simple nature. Trees.
Yeah.
We have one long row of trees on the main road, and when you go inside, you get a few people with trees and stuff, and in the yard, but you don't really see a nature culture within the township itself. So if you don't see that kind of growth itself, growth starts when you see a flower growing.
Yeah.
Literally, it changes me when I see a flower.
Yeah.
Because my mindset changed, like, okay, beauty, nature. I can draw that. So it becomes this thing where if you don't see growth and if you don't see anything positive happening, you're like, what the shit am I doing here?
It's a big thing. Your environment adapts you and changes you.
It shapes you.
Yeah. It's a massive part of it.
So yeah. So I just want to like wrap this up before we go into too much of your time. I know you have a second date. Yeah, this is what happens when you actually go to, life coaching and you sort yourself out. You get a nice date.
Complete blind date.
A blind date.
A blind date that actually worked out. We'll see where it goes though.
Yeah. But otherwise, like, I just want to do a dab because I saw the pictures and dab for that one, bro. So before we just wrap it up, Scotty, I just want to do you have anything to say to people who are still in doubts about the whole life coaching or like the therapy thing?
If you feel that you are in a dark place or you're not satisfied with your life, look for help. Look for materials. And if you can afford it, get a coach. Go see a therapist. It will help you and change your life. End of story.
And how do people get a hold of you to get your services?
So I do a lot on Facebook and Instagram, Scott Taylor Peak. I do have, if you Google Speak to Scotty, it will come up with a whole lot of my information.
Yeah, perfect. Any last sentiments? I don't want to say any last words because every time I say any last words, it's like Scotty's not coming back.
It's like if you want to politely say to somebody, "Have a nice day," also make it a little bit edgy.
Any last words?
You say to them, "Enjoy the next 24 hours."
Like what the shit? I'm gonna say that when I'm a like private detective, like the next 24 hours. Oh, you wanna say something, bro?
Oh wait, so Scotty, I got the message. What if you can't afford it? Since you are that person, I know you need people to afford, but can you just give to some, I'll say men, since me and you are men. What can you advise someone that needs and is in a place where made you be right now? What would you say? Okay, my brother, you don't have the money to get me right now.
Yeah.
Start here.
Yeah. So there are fortunately amazing NGOs out there. South Africa does have a suicide hotline, and you might not be at that point, but the suicide hotline, lifeline, things like that are free, and you can call them, and they will direct you in good ways. And I have to say that the guys do amazing work. So there are those NGOs. So if you're really at that point, you don't have to be about to shoot yourself or hang yourself. That's actually very rough to say it like that, but that's the truth. You don't have to be there. But if you're just in that dark place, there are those numbers that you can look up, and they're free toll-free lines. Give them a call, speak to somebody on the other end, and they'll direct you where to go. I would love to actually get to the point where I could open up like my own NGO or get sponsors to sponsor a couple of sessions a week for free for people who can't afford it, because I do a lot of pro bono work, but I also need to make a living. So it's a very hard line to walk. And I've done my rates as reasonably as I can. But I'd love to actually get to that point where I've got sponsors or I work with an NGO where I can offer more of my time for free.
So quick, like, before we go, what do you think about what General Mkhize said last week? What do you think about the whole that our cops are involved in drug cartels and stuff like? Cause it's like sounds like Netflix to me, bro.
No.
We live in a movie.
I give that man so much credit because he's got balls, man. That man's got a pair of balls on him to actually come out and go, this is what's been happening, and pull it out into the public eye. That man's got balls. I hope that he's actually protected because he is 100% right. But I mean, every South African has known for years that there's corruption in the police.
Yeah.
It's just a
Government, police, everything.
government, police. If there's a politician involved, there's corruption.
I'll make an example. In my hood, there were alleged like rumors around that one of the station commanders in the past used to supply drugs as well. So it was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
It's a big thing. So hopefully it's all protected.
Organized crime.
Yeah.
Very organized. You know, like when you think South African people like our parliament is like dumb because they talk dumb and stuff like that. Like like they can't do anything right. They can sell drugs, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But they can sell drugs, right? Damn. Because they do that like the hood is full of it. So it's like, yeah, they're doing something.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you, Scotty, man. And guys, please like and subscribe. And if anybody wants to know, we were at 420 Midlands Cafe today. This is the pizza that they gave us. What is it called again?
I'm not sure. You ordered.
Yes, I did order it, but I forgot the name because it's called something about meat. It's a lot of meat in that stuff, but I can't do that. James, please go give me the menu. I cannot do that wrong because we were actually given, like, so you have to be respectful.
And this is, you can usually find me here as well.
Yeah, so
I'll be at Midlands Cafe most of the time. I do house calls, so I see clients at home. So I'm sometimes not here, but I'm normally here.
Yeah. Toba?
I just thought I should point out what James wanted to say something before you sent him on an errand.
Oh yeah. Before we sent in. No, we have the mic now.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother, I have something to say. So here it goes. Mkhize, you're gonna get this.
Sure.
I think we're being distracted. It's about the Mkhize thing. I think we're being distracted. Follow me. So I'll start by saying this. With propaganda, which is the basis of politics, you always have to distract
The masses.
the masses. So right now, the whole of the country is cold. It's focused on this. Me and my brother were doing a shoot last week. Where was it? Zimbabwe. There was a G20 meeting there. All of the people that are important were there. That thing didn't air. No one knows what they were talking about. But today, when I watched the news, the African news, I got a picture of what they were talking about. And it's not the things we're talking about right now. It's something that is going to be implemented in the next 2 years. And
Can you give us a hint?
I can give you 2 hints. One, the reason Trump is fighting the brother from this country, which doesn't want to be from this country, is because so Elon wanted to implement Starlink.
Yeah, definitely.
The guys fight it because they knew if he gets Africa, and the best thing to start in Africa is South Africa.
As we were saying.
You understand? So now when he starts in Africa, it goes on. 2 weeks ago, Empty Man made a satellite call. That means Starlink is here. But now it's an undercover through.
MTN.
So basically, it's like me and you are in business, but I want to bring my business to your city.
It's full hat time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Full hat time.
So it's like that. I don't know if you. That's why I started with saying, can you follow?
If you know me, I love my conspiracy theories. Go.
Yeah. So it's like that. So right now, I'm not saying the commander is leading us in the wrong direction. We have a drug problem, and it's real. But now, that's not our biggest problem. It's big, but not bigger
There are
than
certain-
what we're facing.
There are certain cases.
Have a
that-
piece of change for that.
Rather than focus on that, than focus on what they're planning.
Correct.
So basically, what I was trying to say is that there's a bigger picture in play, and the play that's being played, I feel like there's a guy I listen to called Ike. He's an advocate. So Ike was saying there's a problem with South African men. South African men are weak right now.
Yeah.
We are busy. We want a Mandela. We want another Mandela. You know, no one wants to be that Mandela. It's better to support Mkhize
Then to actually just
than
do.
be Mkhize right now. So I'm saying, well, my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Can we please just focus on more things than what we see on the screen?
Sure.
As much as we also on the screen right now, guys. But yeah.
Yeah, let's focus on what you were saying.
Yeah.
Not what you are looking at.
Not what you're looking at.
Yes.
But yeah, on the Mkhize thing, I really think we can do more, but can we really also focus on other aspects that's happening, especially within our country? And I like that our topic today was dealing with an individual, about the mindset. The mindset itself can start the change. If you can't change yourself, if you can't make your bed, how can you give me a house?
Yeah. Okay.
Very-
So,
very
guys,
well.
like and subscribe for more James tips.
Yeah.
Like and
Very,
subscribe
very
for
well
more
put.
James tips. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us. And join us again. I don't know when, but we'll have James definitely. We need a James. Scotty, thank you very much,
Cheers,
man.
man. Cool.
Always a pleasure having you around. bro.
Dude, I love it.
Perfect.
I love it.
We'll actually, one day I want to shoot a man cock Monday.
Yeah, it was good. And I usually do that here as well. And as you can see, this is actually just such a nice, cozy venue.
yes. Feeling
It's amazing.
the homie.
The pizza's great.
So actually, just honestly,
Drinks prices are good.
Tell us how you, like, what you think, bro. Yeah. No, come through on camera and tell us what you think. Scotty's leaving now. Hey, he has a date. Scotty has a date. Scotty's gotta go. Scotty's gotta go. Don't tell Scotty.
The date, and also I'm white. It's rugby.
Yeah, it's his rugby day. He's a white guy. You keep keeping him late. Imagine keeping a black guy for the derby. Like, hey, the cheese is playing just now. And what do you
I
think?
feel the meeting, you said,
Mhm.
that is meeting. I like it.
It's called the belly buster.
Hey, me, I chow. I think I'm gonna finish this pizza.
Thank you very much, guys. Goodbye. Thank you very much.